The storm brought heavy rain, flash flooding and winds in excess of 160 kilometers per hour, knocking out power to millions in Florida. But according to Governor Ron DeSantis, while this storm was significant, it was simply not as bad as officials predicted. Over 450 millimeters of rain fell in certain areas, while punishing winds tore roofs off downing trees and power lines. Officials say rescue teams have been working throughout the night.
First responders have been working all through the night to help people who were in distress. And what we can say is the storm was significant, but thankfully this was not the worst case scenario. The storm did weaken before landfall, and the storm surge, as initially reported, has not been as significant overall as what was observed for Hurricane Helene. Right now, it looks like Sarasota County had the most significant storm surge, likely somewhere between 8 to 10 feet.
Emergency services continue to assess the damage, conducting response and recovery efforts while urging people to remain indoors.
As you survey damage and clean up, please be cautious of hazards. We have post-storm fatalities almost every storm, and a lot of these fatalities are avoidable. So please be cautious of downed power lines. Don't touch them. Don't remove tree debris that may be entangled with downed power lines. Standing water can conceal downed power lines and other hazards, so please be mindful and never walk through storm waters. Standing storm waters can also carry a bacteria that can lead to fatal infections. This type of infection was responsible for a fatality following Hurricane Helene, so please avoid wading through standing water. Please use proper ladder safety. Please use proper generator safety. Do not operate the generator inside your home.
As search operations go door to door in some areas.
In the first 72 hours after a storm, there is a parallel effort to search, secure, and stabilize the area. As search and rescue missions continue in response to Milton, please do not go out and visit the impacted areas. You will be inhibiting first responders by doing so. Right now, we need those roadways clear for electrical crews, fire crews, EMS crews, urban search and rescue crews. We have 20-something urban search and rescue teams that will move into the area and do a door-by-door search. Even though, as you heard the governor say, this was not the worst-case scenario, we still had damage. And we're going to need to get out there and go door-to-door and make sure that everyone is okay.
The storm saw a number of tornadoes touching down prior to Milton's landfall, and the number of fatalities currently at 4 is expected to rise. And while all fatalities are tragic, the broad consensus emerging as Milton now drifts off into the Atlantic is that Florida dodged a bullet. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.